Hello, Dread Mechanic here, and welcome to one of my research and development build streams. In this one, I will be covering how to build simple vanilla control systems in order to make your subgrids move around and do things. And there are several ways we can do this. We can do this with timers, or we can do it with event controllers and thrusters to get more precise control out of stuff. So I have built a couple of little example setups for now. So we've got a basic bulldozer, a basic crane, and a basic forklift. Now, first thing you want to do is set up all of the angles and stuff to move in the ways that you want them to move. And then the first method is as simple as adding two timers. One for up, one for down, or forward, or backward, or left, or right, or whatever your desired movement is. And then in the up timer, we can quite easily, these days, because of the recent update, simply select set velocity. And we can set that to the velocity that we need to make the rotor move in the direction that we want. So we can, I can't remember which way it is, I think it's that way. Set that to 6. We do the same with the other one, at the other end. And now when we move up, and click the button, it moves up like so. Then we can do the opposite. In the down timer, it'll be the same thing. Select the appropriate rotor or hinge, set the velocity, set it to what you'd like, and then we can have a down action. And that way we can move up and we can move down with two simple timer controls. Now, if we wanted to make that a little more controllable, so we've got a little more precision over what we do, we can use the second method, which involves a couple of event controllers and a couple of thrusters. And they will essentially perform very similar actions to the timers that we set up. So what we'll do is we'll take our event controllers, set them to the thrust percentage event, set them to greater than, and something that will respond to the thruster's output. With ions it's about 20%, with Atmos you can use basically anything over 0. Select the appropriate thruster, so in this case up, and in the set actions we do pretty much the exact same thing as we did with the timer. We will set the velocity to whatever we want in the first action, so that when the thruster is triggered, it'll perform this action. And in the second slot, all we need to do is select reset velocity, and that will stop the rotor moving when the thruster deactivates. And we can do the same thing for the down thruster, or the down action. Same thing, set velocity in the opposite direction, reset velocity again in the opposite slot, and that way, now when we push up and down, we can move the arm with much finer precision. You can see there, we've got the up thruster making it go up, and the down thruster making it go down. And you can do the same thing with rotors and with hinges. So we've got manual control there, or we've got some timer control there. And it's the exact same thing. It's just the set velocity actions. And you can do Again, the same thing with pistons. Pistons, however, are slightly different. When you select reset velocity on pistons, they go back to minus 0.5, so that they automatically retract. So the thing you have to do slightly differently with pistons is when you want to stop, you need to select velocity, set velocity, and set it to 0 instead. And that way, you can do the same thing with pistons. You can either have timers moving them up and down, or we can use our thrust controls. And we can press the button and stop it as often as we like. And that's about it. It's very simple, especially now that we have event controllers and the new mechanical settings. And it is literally as simple as that. And then you can just adjust your velocities and angles depending on what you need to do. If you need the crane or dozer or fork to move further. And the same kind of principles can be applied to make boom arms out of pistons. And you can use forward and backward thrusters and controllers to do a very similar thing. And that is about it. So I'm going to leave this one here. And that is one of the simplest ways to make vanilla subgrid controls. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you learned something, and I will see you all next time. So goodbye for now.